We wanted to see how identification rule works in ServiceNow. So we know that any data feed that comes to your CMDB, it has to go through this IRE, identification and reconciliation engine. But let me just choose a different diagram. Here is your diagram where a data source is pushing them data. This is your IRE engine where it runs through certain identification rules. Okay, it's first checking if there is a serial number match. If there is no match, it would go and check if there is a name match. If there is no name match, it would come and see if there is a MAC address match. If there is no match, it will go and create a CI, and that's what we want to do. Okay, we want to begin by creating a CI to begin with, and then we want to reuse the same serial number wherein it comes via this route, and then there is a match, and then it go and updates the CI. That's what we want to do. Okay, so let's just go to ServiceNow. Here is my identification rule for Linux server. So I want it to match. I don't want it to match serial number or name or MAC address. So I have a particular script here. I'm going to use this, but before that, let me show you the CIs. These are the CIs I have. I got 6 Linux server CIs, and I'm going to create a new one with the serial number 351. Okay, so let me just be careful of not 351. And so let me just run the script. So I got a response. Let's see what this response says. Okay, let me just paste that here and validate, and I get a pretty. So there's an insert. So we know there's a new record that was inserted, and you see that all these checks were all skipped. All those identification rule checks, serial number and serial number type was skipped. Serial number was, there was no match. The name was no match, and that's why it skipped, and that's why at the end the record got inserted. So if I go to my, there were 6 records to begin with, and if I do a refresh, I would see the 7th record. Okay, so 351 is a new record. Okay, now I would like it to update the same one. So I'm going to keep the, because the serial number is a first check, right? Your serial number gets, so I want to retain it, and let's change something else. So I want to retain that serial number, and let's say I make the RAM 2048. Okay, and the source, so I got a reconciliation rule which says for RAM I would go with Altris. So let me go and choose Altris as my source. Okay, and let me run this. So I get a response, and let's see how that was here. Validate, pretty. So here there's an update, and let's see which identification rule got matched. So here it's matched on the serial number, and that's why it was an update. So you should see the RAM change now, right? So if I go, and now we are referring to this one, the 351, the RAM was 1024, but we set it for 2048. So let's just do a refresh of this list, and there you see the 351, it has got a RAM of 2048. So coming back to this particular diagram, the way IRE works is it goes through all the identification rules. In our first case, it went through this route. There was no match here on serial name, nor on the name, nor on the MAC address, and so it created the CI for us. And the second time, there was a match on serial number, and that's why it did an update. Okay, and of course, for we had a reconciliation engine rule which said that RAM I want to take from Altris, and that's what we gave the source as Altris in our case. Okay, so that is what I wanted to show you. Okay, then thank you.